In the first group, Sheffield Wednesday, Spurs, the Soccer Six holders, and Arsenal, the winners last night. In the second group, Manchester United, virtually a home fixture for them, Oxford United and Chelsea. Well, it's 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw. One team qualifies from each group and they play off in the final. The only other reminder you need is the rules. Well, Soccer Six is played on a plastic pitch half the size of a normal football pitch. It's divided into 3 zones. Goals can only be scored from the last zone, and one man at least must always be in the opponent's half.
And here's Method. Oh, what a marvellous goal!
There's no height restriction. The ball is kept in play by plexiglass, 7 feet high on 2 sides and 9 feet behind the goals. It's 10 to a squad, including 4 substitutes who can be used and reused even when the ball is in play. The goals are built into the perimeter boards with a goal mouth zone that only the goalkeeper is allowed in. If any defender enters that zone, it's an immediate penalty. And look out also for the sin bin, serious offences, and it's 2 minutes off the field. Well, the first match we see is from the second group, that's Group D. It's Manchester United versus Oxford, and the commentator is Tony Gubber.
5,500 people in the venue, and very few among them not cheering for this Manchester United 10. They start with Chris Turner, Mike Duxbury, Billy Garton, Peter Davenport, Jesper Olsen and Peter Barnes. So plenty of first-team experience in Manchester United 6 to face Oxford United, who have chosen to start with Stephen Hardwick, John Dreyer, Bobby MacDonald, John Truick, Kevin Brock and John Aldridge. So plenty of first-team experience also on the field for Oxford. This is the first match in Group D, 7.5 minutes each half. And the referee bearded, Mr. Trelford Mills. So it's Oxford in the yellow shirts who attack the goal to the right. Duxbury, Peter Barnes, now Jesper Olsen, and it will be interesting to see how he's suited by this surface. Peter Davenport, Duxbury tries to find Olsen, but cut out instead by John Truick, and here's Aldridge. That came off for Olsen, so Oxford get a corner. Well, there was plenty of local support for Manchester City in the first phase of the competition yesterday. Very much a home crowd for Manchester United. Liam O'Brien. Olsen. Oh. Well, was that an offence? Mr. Trelford Mills put both hands behind his back. He was quite happy, although the crowd weren't too pleased. Aldridge. Back to MacDonald. Oh, Terry Gibson came on as a substitute, and he was like a greyhound out of the slips. This is Gibson. Just come on as a sub for United. Oh, good ball to find Duxbury. And what a reflex save by Hardwick. I don't think he knew too much about that, but it was a good stop. Bobby MacDonald. Long ball forward, and Duxbury's header. O'Brien back to Turner. Well, here's that moment. Gibson had just come on as a substitute. He found Duxbury, whose first-time shot was brilliantly turned away by Hardwick. Just under a minute and a half left in the first half. Still no score between Oxford and Manchester United. And it's Oxford on the attack through John Truick. MacDonald. Brock. Sliced it. Aldridge! Oxford opened the scoring, and that's a blow for Manchester United. The man who's got 18 goals for Oxford in senior football this season. The shot by Brock was poor, but it came nicely back off the boards. And Aldridge doesn't miss opportunities like that. Oxford 1, Manchester United 0. Well, this is an impressive first half from Oxford, playing the tournament favourites in Manchester United. And with 10 seconds left in the first half, Oxford a goal to the good. Aldridge to find MacDonald. Truick. Well, Manchester United have got to come good in the second half, surprisingly finding themselves a goal behind at half-time. That John Aldridge goal, and that has certainly silenced most of the crowd here in the G-Mex Centre. Well, Manchester United lost their first match under the managership of Alex Ferguson at Oxford, and a goal behind as we start the second half in this Group D game. And the new Manchester United manager is among the crowd here this evening. Olsen. Young Stephen Garden has come on as a substitute for Manchester United. He's wearing number 8. And that'll fall for O'Brien. Brock took possession. Here's Truick. Back to Brock. Bobby MacDonald, who's a real veteran, but who seems to have plenty of running in the legs. I don't think he's been off yet, Bobby MacDonald. Lee Worthy. Now United. And the crowd find their voices. Liam O'Brien, a young Irish boy. Olsen. He's faced by MacDonald. Gibson tried the first time flick. O'Brien. United having to build patiently here. Olsen. Has he made an opening? Oh! Well, Terry Gibson was only a whisker away from turning that one in, but United still a goal behind, and this will be a real blow if they lose this opening game in Group D. John Truick. Bobby MacDonald. Safely back to Hardwick. Worthy. Brock and Truick. Brock again. Oh, that's fallen for Peter Barnes. Time's running out for Manchester United. Barnes. Yes, Gibson. No, it won't count because Gibson had encroached into the goalkeeper's shaded area. That doesn't count. Yes, you can see him there. The rebound was inviting. Gibson stepped too far forward. It doesn't count. Terry Gibson. Billy Garton's come back on for Manchester United. That's Davenport. It's Barnes! Oh, was it in? Oh, it's blocked by Brock from Garton. Duxbury. Well, that's the closest Manchester United have come, and it looked as if Peter Barnes just had to score. And less than 2 minutes. And this is becoming a little bit desperate for Manchester United. Truick. Lee Worthy. Only one man ahead of him. Truick. That was blocked by Garton. Now Peter Barnes, who came so close to Manchester United. Still Barnes. Davenport's made a run down the middle. Faced by Truick. Tries to carve an opening, and Truick still in front of him. Barnes. Oh, well, it was Peter Davenport's shot after Barnes had brought it back off the periglass, and I think the crowd felt that was over the line. It seemed to come back off the inside of the post. Barnes. Billy Garton. Davenport! At last, 1 minute and 9 seconds left in the second half, and Peter Davenport has finally got Manchester United on the score sheet. And even then, Hardwick was not too far away from stopping it. He got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. Now John Aldridge has come back on for Oxford, their scorer from the first half. 60 seconds left. This is Brock. That's Aldridge, who's just come back on. Aldridge again. Oh, that had come across. Truick was unmarked. Olsen. Is there going to be a dynamic finish for United? Davenport. Oh, and it's fallen nicely for Oxford. Dreyer again. And he's found Truick. Good save by Turner. Lee Worthy. And the whistle's gone. That's the... Well, the Trelford Mills has not heard the whistle, but in fact the official on the halfway line is blowing for all he's worth, because one of the United attackers came out of Oxford's half, and it's Terry Gibson, who came out of Oxford's half. You've got to leave an attacking player in the opponent's half all the time, and with 30 seconds left, Manchester United are now down to 5 players. And it's just an indication of how much noise there is here that the second official almost blew his cheeks off trying to attract the attention of Trelford Mills. But United, 5 players on the field. Oh, and that's a slip. Here's Truick. Leeworthy, yes! United are punished straight away. It's 2-1 to Oxford. And if he hadn't scored it, Aldridge was standing there waiting to receive possession. 20 seconds left. 2-1 to Oxford. And what a turn-up in Group D. O'Brien to Olsen. Had to check. Less than 10 seconds. Still Olsen. O'Brien. 5, 4. Somebody's got to try something. Garton. Again has his... Well, Garton might have had a second dip, but the hooter has gone. And that's a real shock, and on the face he's glum. It's Oxford 2, it's Manchester United 1, and that is a real surprise in Group D. Well, the players shake hands for that goal by Aldridge in the first half, and David Leeworthy late in the second, enough to give Oxford a victory over Manchester United.
So Oxford followed that win over Manchester United with a 1-1 draw against Chelsea, which meant the outcome of the group all hinged on the last match between Chelsea and Manchester United. So Chelsea have to go for a win and go for goals, and their starting lineup is Steve Francis, Keith Jones, Mick Hazard, Darren Wood, Kevin McAllister and Pat Nevin. Manchester United, who are out of course but have got pride to play for: Chris Turner, Mike Duxbury, Billy Garton, Peter Davenport, Jesper Olsen and Peter Barnes. And referee Trelford Mills gets the match started. Manchester United in familiar red. Jesper Olsen on the ball now, number 6, going straight for goal from the kick-off. Jesper Olsen, and it took a very strong challenge by Darren Wood to deny him. Keith Jones for Chelsea. They just got to go forward the way the group is poised. Here's Kevin McAllister. Olsen again. Peter Barnes up on the far side. Predictable local support here for Manchester United, despite that defeat earlier by Oxford. Their new manager team of Alex Ferguson and Archie Knox are in the crowd tonight. Hazard. And Nevin, no, under his foot. Jones against the post, or nearly. And Jesper Olsen, a very good ball to Peter Barnes. Davenport's up front as well. It's Barnes for Manchester United. Davenport. And every goal that Manchester United score puts Oxford United closer to the final, even though they're not on the pitch. It was Barnes who took up the ball here and gave Davenport a presentable opportunity, which he converted well. Now the Chelsea number 9, McNaught, with the bandage on his right leg. Gordon Jury. 3 Scots up together. One is Nevin. There's McNaught. It's a goal for Chelsea. John McNaught has equalised. The 3 Scots combined well, and McNaught put it away inside Turner's near post. It's 1-1, but Chelsea know that's not enough. They've got to go for the win here to stop Oxford from going through. Billy Garton for Manchester United. And now Nevin's away. Jury to his right, but he's going alone. Nevin, and Turner took a gamble. It paid off momentarily. Nevin again. McNaught. Jury. Nevin's posing quite a threat. Steve Gardner, number 8 for Manchester United, one of the young players in the squad. McAllister. Oh, well played by Kevin McAllister. The block was by Billy Garton. McAllister again. McNaught is free again. Now it's number 2, Liam O'Brien, the former Shamrock Rovers player, who's only been at Old Trafford a few weeks. And now Gardner. Less than 2 minutes in an exciting first half. It's Manchester United 1, Chelsea 1. Darren Wood's back on for Chelsea here. Nevin. Still Nevin. Oh, well intercepted by Gardner. And here's Terry Gibson on the break. Davenport on the far side. Still Davenport. All the way back to O'Brien. It's a good ball to Gibson. That is a fantastic goal. Possibly the best goal we've seen in the Soccer Six. O'Brien with the pass and Gibson with a sensational volley. What a ball from O'Brien, and what a finish from little Terry Gibson. Billy Garton is preparing to take a free kick for Manchester United, and he's found Gibson. Jesper Olsen, that's a good run by Olsen. Just look at that. Yes! Take your pick between the goals scored by Jesper Olsen and the earlier one by Gibson. Very different, but both in their way. Quite tremendous in terms of individual technique. Olsen here just went all the way through, reminiscent of his run against England a few years ago. Barnes. Oh, well played by Peter Barnes. United are enjoying themselves. Barnes has waltzed through. Beardsmore. Off the goalkeeper's legs. Oh, it nearly dropped in. Barnes. Gibson. Barnes again. Gibson again. Goal! Terry Gibson gets his second of this match. And Manchester United building up a handsome lead. And the home fans just disappointed here that despite this flood of goals, it's come too late to give Manchester United a chance of reaching tonight's final. They lead 4-1, but the earlier defeat cost them dear. This is Gibson, and here's Billy Garton. Another good, confident finish by Manchester United. Billy Garton this time. Gibson gave him the opportunity and Garton took it. The extra man coming through the middle and finishing in style. Terry Howard for Chelsea. They're number 8. Hazard, Nevin. Hazard's following up. Nevin. Oh, and there's an easy chance and it's a good goal. Nick Hazard. Chelsea get one back because although Turner came to try and cover, the way was open for the second goal. Nick Hazard got the ball in the net and it's 5-2. There are about 3 minutes to go and Chelsea are making a fight of it again. This is Hazard. It's Wegerle. Hazard again. Oh, and on the far post it was Nevin. Well, for the moment, Manchester United can't get out of their own half. Hazard. Nevin in the penalty area. Hard man to pin down is Nevin. This is Darren Wood. Keith Jones for Chelsea. They're all pressing forward now. Nothing more to lose, of course, Chelsea. Here's Hazard. Wegerle. That's in. So 21-year-old Roy Wegerle scores Chelsea's third. Hazard again was involved. He rolled the ball out and Wegerle shot past Turner.
Brave fight back by Chelsea, but it finished 5-3 to Manchester United. But it's Oxford that go through to the final from Group D, a real disappointment for the favourites Manchester United and that home crowd. Well, the other group began with Spurs, the reigning Soccer Six champions, beating Sheffield Wednesday by 2-1. And then they met their North London rivals, Arsenal.
This Arsenal squad, a mixture of youth and experience, have enjoyed their 2 days in Manchester. They start with Rhys Wilmot, Michael Thomas, Tommy Caton, Ian Allinson, Greg Allen and Graham Ricks. And Tottenham Hotspur, who will be playing Arsenal in a live match of the day early in January, they start with Tony Parks, Paul Allen, Danny Thomas, Graham Roberts, Gary Mabbott and Chris Waddle. The referee for this one is Joe Worrell of Warrington. And so the North London derby gets underway in six-a-side fashion, and Arsenal are playing from left to right. Ball rolled back to Tommy Caton, number 3. Up to Greg Allen, and now it's Graham Rix. Waddle for Spurs, tackled by Thomas. We could have 3 Thomases in this match altogether. This is Greg Allen for Arsenal. Rix.
Greg Allen, number 8 for Arsenal. Rix again.
Paul Merson among the Arsenal substitutes. He scored some super goals last night. And Graham Rix. In again to Michael Thomas. Allinson against the post, over the line, was it? Well, it certainly won't be now, because Greg Allen went into the shaded area to finish it off. So it's no goal. Still 0-0. Allinson was the unlucky player whose shot hit both post and goalkeeper. Danny Thomas for Tottenham. Chris Waddle. He's on his own up front there against 3 defenders and the goalkeeper. Support arriving now from Howells, who's just come on in place of Mabbott. Here's Danny Thomas. Waddle. Arsenal do group well round the ball. They've worked hard on the defensive side of this soccer six, there's no question about that. And they won the ball back for precisely that reason. This is Howells, though. Ardiles. Oh, Howells! Good save by Rhys Wilmot coming off his line, but Howells almost got the second chance in. Still Arsenal 0, Tottenham 0. Caton finds Rix. Michael Thomas. Allinson. Reed to his left. Still Allinson. Beautifully turned on by Howells to Graham Roberts. The return is on to Howells. Spurs take the lead. Graham Roberts used the boards intelligently. David Howells was on hand. Good football by Tottenham. And they take the lead. Graham Rix for Arsenal. He's got Allen up with him and Merson. That's Merson. He looked to his right, got the shot in. And the substitutions continue to happen, but Waddle couldn't connect there. And in fact, he's walking towards the substitutes bench and is replaced by Howells. Here's Greg Allen. Thomas. Michael Thomas, that is. Rix trying to close in on the rebound. Ardiles for Tottenham. No, it's Rix for Arsenal. Oh, and Greg Allen couldn't convert. It was a chance set up by Rix, and Tottenham escaped. Ian Allinson. Michael Thomas to his left, and to his right, Greg Allen. Good tackle by Graham Roberts. He could put Paul Allen away here. Caught his heels, though. Allinson to Michael Thomas. Good side to Allinson. Merson. Allinson back to Merson. Shooting chance. Good save by Tony Parks. Held on well. Here's Wes Reed for Arsenal. Now Michael Thomas, driven fiercely towards Merson. Here's Reed. Allinson is square. This is number 4, Allinson. Good shot, and it flew just wide, having gone over Danny Thomas's head. Mitchell Thomas now. Graham Roberts. Spurs looking to get the second on the break if they can. David Howells. Arsenal, though, have got their players back now, bar the obligatory one. Roberts. Mabbott. Spurs knowing that as every few seconds goes by, they get nearer to the final of tonight's Soccer 6. A win here would give them 6 points in the group, and there's nothing Arsenal or Sheffield Wednesday could do about that. But it's Michael Thomas, because Arsenal can still do something in the next 2.5 minutes. Greg Allen. Merson. Michael Thomas. Allinson. Yes, that's the equaliser. Beautifully taken. Ian Allinson, the scorer. That was a lovely shot. Kept it down low with the right foot, past Tony Parks. And from a difficult angle, inside the near post, Ian Allinson has put this London derby back on the boil at 1-1. This is Paul Allen. Paul Allen's shot well saved by the feet of Wilmot. Good goalkeeping. Mitchell Thomas. Waddle. Still Chris Waddle. Well played by Gary Mabbott. Waddle gave it away. Now, are we going to see a dramatic finish here? A lovely ball by Ricks, a magnificent ball, and Michael Thomas is through. He's round the goalkeeper. Caesar in the middle. Oh, was it a penalty? No, I thought I saw a defender in the goalkeeper's zone. Referee Joe Worrell said no, and here's Waddle for Tottenham at the other end. And he's been brought down by Rhys Wilmot. And Joe Worrell has another awkward decision to make. He could put the keeper in the sin bin for that, should he choose. I don't think he's going to. It's a free kick to Tottenham. Rhys Wilmot has got away with it for the moment. Ardiles against Ricks. Excitement at both ends here. But that's the way Soccer 6 goes. Less than a minute left. Arsenal 1, Tottenham 1. Allinson for Arsenal. Well intercepted by Graham Roberts. Still Roberts. Not a good finish. And Ricks sees the chance to find Michael Thomas. Allinson. Tommy Caton's up on the left. There are two others ahead. Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas. And still somehow pushed it against the feet of the goalkeeper. There are less than 30 seconds to go. Arsenal have a corner. Ian Allinson to take. Gus Caesar's there! Yes! Gus Caesar scores to bring waves of joy to the Arsenal bench. Corner by Allinson, shot by Caesar into the roof of the net. It's 2-1 to Arsenal, and suddenly the whole game has changed in the last 20 seconds. Spurs, from being a goal up for so long, are 2-1 down, and the group is wide open. 10 seconds. Could Arsenal yet score again? Michael Thomas. There may not be time. That was a good match and a fine turnaround by Arsenal. A goal down at half-time, equalising through Ian Allinson and getting the winner through Gus Caesar, which means that both Tottenham and Arsenal have 3 points in this group, and Arsenal still have Sheffield Wednesday to play and would therefore at this stage appear to be favourites perhaps to go through to the final later tonight. We shall see.
Among all the mathematical permutations, Sheffield Wednesday know that they have to win this final match in Group C by a scoreline of 2-0 or better to have a chance of qualifying for the final. And they elect to start with this team: Kevin Pressman, Mel Sterland, Tony Gregory, Gary Megson, Chris Morris and Carl Shutt. Arsenal, on the other hand, know that a draw is good enough for them, and they start with Rhys Wilmot, Michael Thomas, Tommy Caton, Ian Allinson, Greg Allen and Graham Ricks.
Starting 6.
And Mike Reid is our referee for this final match in Group C. Allinson there with Mel Sterland, and an early touch on the Wednesday keeper, Pressman. This is Shutt for Wednesday. Mixon's gone on his outside. This is Mel Sterland. The long-range shot was blocked by Caton. And again, this is Morris. Still in possession, that'll come back off the boards and safely gathered by Rhys Wilmot. Graham Ricks, forward to Allen. Allinson in support on the left. Caton. Ricks. Still Ricks. Good shot by Ricks, testing the keeper in the first 20 seconds. Mel Sterland. Shutt trying to lay it back into the path of Megson. And now Ricks, who's can do. Thomas. Forward to Allinson. Allen's making a run on the left. Oh, both keepers have seen quite a lot of the ball in this opening 45 seconds. This is Gregory. Sterling's gone on a run and taken the defender with him. Shutt. Good stop by Wilmot. Owen. Michael Thomas had to be very careful not to step into the goalkeeper's shaded area there. This is Ricks in a very deep position. Confident enough to play the ball out of his own penalty area. Forward to Allinson. Ricks arriving now in support. And that's a foul against Allinson. Quickly taken, Shutt. Gets it back, intercepted by Ricks, who's been in his own penalty area. Up in attack and back, so he's a busy man. Allen with Morris. Allen got possession and knocked it to a position where he hoped there was a player. Gregory. Cross to Megson. Megson for Wednesday. Carl Shutt. Morris. Shutt's gone on a run. This is Megson. Morris again. Tries to go around Reed. This will come over to Gregory. Back to Megson. Morris, Wednesday keeping possession. And this is Gregory. Megson. Shutt, back to Megson. And away by Thomas. Caton for Arsenal. Forward for Allinson, who's just got one man to beat, and it's Morris. Still Allinson. Tries to work an opening. Pressman saves. Gregory for Wednesday. Morris. Hurst, who's just come on as a sub for Wednesday. Oh, and they've got it forward to Ian Allinson. And he's placed it wide of Kevin Pressman. Crucial goal for Arsenal. Well, he was well forward, Ian Allinson, and that ball found him beyond the last man, who was Megson. Look at the space that he's got. Megson's desperately trying to get back to cover, but it's too late, and Allinson has put Arsenal one up. David Tomlinson gets the better of Reed, still in possession. And still Tomlinson, and yet again the ball flashing across the face of goal. Carl Shutt. Tomlinson. Long range, Sterland made an opening, has he? And is that a corner? That came off Michael Thomas. So Mel Sterland with the corner for Wednesday. There's only Tomlinson in the penalty area, but he's pulled it all the way back to Shutt. Oh, good shot from a long range. Carl Shutt levels the scores, and that must be one of the longest range goals that we've seen in the competition. He's well outside the penalty area and just wide of the fingers of Rhys Wilmot, and that levels it 1-1, and maybe the keeper was a bit unsighted. Morris. Tomlinson. Well, Sterland. Tomlinson. Tries to find Shutt. Rhys Wilmot saving at the feet of Megson. He really is fast and furious, this. Tommy Caton. Ball just held up a little bit on the boards. Oh, he's got it forward to Merson. Thomas. Merson, what a good goal. Beautifully played by the Arsenal youngsters. And another important role by Merson. He was there to score a simple tap-in the end, but it was his lovely ball to find Thomas which really made the opening. 2-1 to Arsenal. Shutt bounces it back off the boards. Michael Thomas forward to Greg Allen, who's just come on. He's got Merson, number 7, in support. This is 7. Well, he was very close to scoring again in the space of 30 seconds. Morris. This is Gregory. Sterland made the extra man. Oh, shot! Keeper got his fingers to it, but he only pushed it out into the path of shut. 2-2. And you've got to be alert in this six-a-side and sniff for every opening. Gary Mixon's the man furthest forward for Wednesday. That's him. Shutt gets it back. Good interception by Caesar. Mel Sterland. Inside the last 10 seconds. Mixon laying it back to Gregory. And away by Caton. And it'll stay at 2-2 at half-time. A really thunderous match this between Arsenal and Sheffield Wednesday. Allinson and Merson the scorers for Arsenal. And Carl Shutt, 2 goals for Sheffield Wednesday. And it's level at half-time, 2 apiece. So Wednesday start the second half then, 2 apiece, knowing that they still need to score 2 more and deny Arsenal a goal. This is Hurst, who's come on at the start of the second half. To Sterland. Greg Allen. Allinson. Another long-range effort. Thomas had to turn. Allinson, supported by Ricks. Allinson scored for some tight angles already. Gary Mixon. First, was he blocked by Caesar? No, player waved on. And that's Greg Allen. Well, the mathematics are fascinating in this match. But Wednesday know they've got to win it. Forward by Caesar. And intercepted by Gregory. Morris. Tries a shot from long range. And Mixon's got it. Wilmot lost it. Going quickly out to Allen. He can make ground now. He's got Ian Allinson forward. There's Allinson. Just Mel Sterling between him and goal at the moment. He's holding it up. Oh, just wide of the post. Well, I'm sure there are 1 or 2 players out there with tired legs, particularly Arsenal. This is Morris for Wednesday. Remember, this is the second night of competition for Arsenal. Greg Allen. Thomas. Allinson's free. Allinson, is this going to be 3-2? Off the boards, try again. Oh, that hit the defender. Now again. Well, he had 3 goes at that, Ian Allinson. 1 off the boards, 1 off the defender, which he thought was handball, and then finally scoring at the 3rd attempt. Arsenal 3, Wednesday 2. Merson, who's just come on. Oh, he's turned his defender. Good run by Merson. Bright young player he is. It really is end-to-end. Mixon with Morris in support. Oh, he tried to backheel it and gave it instead to Ricks. Knight. Sterland. Just under 2 minutes left. Tomlinson. Long-range effort for Morris, who tried to lay it down for Mixon. He was just a bit too far back. And it's a free kick to Arsenal. Just under 2 minutes left. Still Arsenal ahead by 3 goals to 2 against Sheffield Wednesday. In a game, one of the best matches we've seen. Tommy Caton, Merson can turn and look at goal. Pressman was out of his area. Still Merson. Caton will lay it back to Ricks. Graham Ricks. Caton. Ricks reads forward, so too is Merson. Ricks. Oh yes, Thomas! Michael Thomas makes it 4-2 to Arsenal, and surely now Arsenal, who've won this tournament once previously, and been in the final on another occasion, are through to the final later tonight. They just need a win here against Wednesday, and 4-2 ahead with just over a minute left to play. Ricks. Oh, good ball forward. To find Reed, who's just come on. Merson, yes! Took it so well. Well, he only needs a sniff of goal, this youngster from Highbury, 18 years of age, who's had one first-team appearance as a sub. But he really is clinical around goal. That's 5-2 to Arsenal. Sterland, and with some 40 seconds left, it's really academic now for Sheffield Wednesday. Ricks. Tried to play it along the boards, instead to Mel Sterland. Gregory, that's Ian Hansen, off down platform 7. Ricks. Merson. Has he got around his man yet again? He's got around Knight. It's Merson. The goals are open. He had to check back, and off the toe of Reed. Inside the last 10 seconds. And it's going to be Arsenal through to the final. As the hooter goes, an emphatic victory for Arsenal by 5 goals to 2. And what a player this man is. Paul Merson, who scored 2 goals, the 18-year-old Highbury youngster, a star to look forward to seeing in the future, and who knows, maybe later tonight in the final. Arsenal 5, Sheffield Wednesday 2, the final score.
So Arsenal going through from Group C, keeping up their excellent form of last night, and now they meet Oxford to decide the Soccer 6 champions. Well, Tony Gubba had a word with a couple of the leading players who are sure to be figuring in the final.
John Aldridge obviously delighted that Oxford are through to the final, but are you enjoying this?
Yeah, it's great. It's experience, and it's all the lads have thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah.
In fact, you've only got 1 goal from the 2 games so far. That's not a good. That's not a good strike rate for you.
No, hopefully I might be able to get 1 or 2 in the final. That'd be nice.
How do you find the game?
It's not as easy as it looks, actually. It's a bit difficult, but the work. You've got to be very workmanlike in it, and put as much effort in as possible and get behind the ball on many occasions as possible.
Now, you've been watching Arsenal, the opponents in the final. They're not quite a good side.
Well, to be fair, they've got to be favourites because last night they played superb, and tonight they played some great stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No tips.
No.
At the moment, the club's on a high. I mean, we're top of the first division, top of the combination. And the lads are really buzzing, and we've got a lot of good young lads coming through. Most of them lads are 18, 19, and for them it's great experience, and they do all the running and I just sit at the back. So.
How do you think they're going to cope in the final? I mean, boys like Merson, who's looked so good in the earlier matches.
I think they'll be all right. I'm sure they might be a bit tired. I mean, we've worked hard last night and tonight, but the occasion will lift them. I mean, hopefully the crowd will give us a cheer instead of a boo, so I think they'll be all right.
We've seen bagfuls of goals tonight, but as last night, the final itself was very tight. Do you expect that again against Oxford?
You know, I think both sides have got this far. They're not going to want to give it away on a silly mistake, so it's going to be very cagey. And to be honest, we've got to play like that anyway, save the legs. But 1 goal, either way, hopefully in the right end. But I hope it's a good game, that's all.
So now the players have got to do their talking on the playing surface as Arsenal and Oxford take the field for the 1986 Guinness Soccer 6 final. There's big money at stake here. Arsenal have already won £5,000 for winning last night's playoff. The winners tonight receive a further £10,000, and the runners-up will receive £7,500 out of the total sponsorship money. The Oxford team will have memories of their final First Division match of last season when victory over Arsenal at the Manor Ground kept them in that top league. Their team tonight starting is Steve Hardwick, John Dreyer, John Truick, Kevin Brock, John Aldridge and David Leeworthy. While Arsenal experienced competitors now in this arena have Rhys Wilmot, Michael Thomas, Tommy Caton, Ian Allinson, whose form has been excellent, Greg Allen and Graham Rix, from whom we heard a few minutes ago. The referee for the final is Joe Worrell of Warrington. John Truick and Rhys Wilmot are the two captains. Arsenal have a wonderful record in six-a-side. They won the tournament in Birmingham 2 years ago. They lost in the final on penalties to Tottenham the last time this sort of competition was played. So here they are in their third consecutive final, and they've got some support there too. So away we go for the climax to these 2 nights of competition, and it's Michael Thomas for Arsenal. Up to Ian Allinson. This is Tommy Caton. An early attempt there to find Allinson through the middle, but Oxford played so well against Manchester United that they've shown they're quite capable of adapting to this sort of football. Lee Worthy is number 8 and Brock is number 5. Truick, Dreyer. Starting with 2 natural strikers in Aldridge and Lee Worthy are Oxford, perhaps going for the early goal. There's Aldridge. Dreyer. Thomas finds the outlet for Arsenal, up to Ian Allinson. Tommy Caton coming down this side. He's got Greg Allen in support as well. There's Allen and Dreyer helping the goalkeeper. John Truitt bringing it away for Oxford. Now it's Kevin Brock. Taking on Rix. Brock! Just wanted a touch. This is Lee Worthy. Truick back again to Brock. Truick for Oxford. Brock again. Arsenal, who've defended very well in this competition, grouping their players behind the ball. Lee Worthy. Thomas breaking for Arsenal. He's looked an accomplished player. And Ian Allinson has always looked dangerous, number 4. Steve Hardwick got his fingertips to that, turned it against the glass, and when it came out, Greg Allen volleyed over. And on the break for Oxford, Aldridge hits the post. Good efforts here at either end. Some of the finishing in this Soccer 6 has been of a spectacularly high order. There's Greg Allen. Arsenal's team a good mix of young and not so young. Caton and Rix providing the experience with Allinson, and the younger players like Allen and Thomas learning a lot as the competition goes on. This is Truick for Oxford. Lee Worthy. Aldridge. This is Kevin Brock. John Truick. Brock. Worth a try, and it's come back off the boards to Aldridge. Anticipating where the ball is going to come to from the perimeter boards is so much part of the game. Graham Rix for Arsenal, trying to change the point of play. It's come back to Tommy Caton. And Rix again as Arsenal build an attack now. Nicely chested back by John Truitt to his goalkeeper, but Michael Thomas anticipated the throw. This is Wes Reed, who's come on for Arsenal wearing number 9. And there he goes again. That's Reed. This is Allinson. Tries to get past Dreyer. Bit of a shove there on Ian Allinson by John Dreyer. Free kick to Arsenal. Rix has gone across to take it. Allinson trying to find some space off the boards, and Oxford able to cope with that. So, 0-0 in this first half. And if this final should be drawn, there is a provision for a penalty competition. This is John Truick. Leeworthy. Reid got to him. Thomas. Oh, and there goes Reid. Where's Reid for Arsenal? Allinson's in the area. Good challenge by Dreyer, with his tackle. And Leeworthy makes a break for Oxford, and a good-looking break it is too. Covering plenty of ground there, David Leeworthy, and gets the free kick. Obstruction against Tommy Caton. Arsenal have made a substitution meantime. Paul Merson has come on for Allinson. But it's Truick for Oxford to Brock. Aldridge finds Brock again. Goes past Ricks. But he's trapped a bit now, is Kevin Brock. Truick. Brock again. Leeworthy. Oxford are not hurrying it, they're just probing for the opening. Brock shot, and well fielded by Rhys Wilmot, who's proved an excellent goalkeeper on this surface. John Dreyer. Here's Leeworthy. Oxford, if anything, are having more of the play in the first half. This is Brock. But it's been broken up now. This is Wes Reid. Caton is to his right. Merson's on this side, number 7. Ricks. Merson. Ricks again. That's a good effort from Graham Ricks, only just too high. Michael Thomas. Caton. Ricks once more. It's cat and mouse at the moment. Reid for Arsenal. Merson. Ricks. Going for the opening, Graham Ricks against the boards. Oh, Merson, and off the line by Dreyer, but he was inside the goalkeeper's zone. John Dreyer was in the shaded area. It's a penalty to Arsenal. He protests, but it's no good. Joe Worrell has given the penalty, and the responsibility falling here on 19-year-old Michael Thomas, and he took it with some aplomb. Michael Thomas, who was an England schoolboy international and has come through the ranks at Highbury, puts them ahead in the Soccer 6 final. Ricks firing it through. Brock to Truick. Now Bobby McDonald. Closing it forward. Oh, and that was Brock who went in for the header. Perfectly permissible in Soccer 6. Though it wouldn't have been in 5-a-side. Here's Bobby McDonald again. Nogan on the far side, number 10. Some pushing by the boards there from Gus Caesar. Oxford have the free kick. To be taken by Truick. As he prepares to take it, they've brought Leeworthy back on. Here's Allen for Arsenal. That's Allinson who tried to reach it. The referee thinks the ball may have gone out there, and on the benches, some anxious faces. Ray Graydon organising his next substitution. Should imagine we'll see John Aldridge back any second now, because Oxford need a goal. This is Nogan. The action coming thick and fast, as it has for the last 2 nights, and as Oxford are trying to make a substitution, but Nogan, having been called off, suddenly found the ball at his feet and carried on. They can make the change now. John Aldridge has come on for him. Into the last 5 minutes. Aldridge with the header, and then Michael Thomas So far, a tight game here in the Soccer 6 final. Truex finds Aldridge. Still Aldridge and Caesar stepping in. Lovely ball by Ricks there, down the line to Caesar. This is Allen. Allinson wants it over on the far side, had to take it first time. Here's Truex. Now it's Leeworthy. Leeworthy up against Ricks. And Arsenal again grouping well round the ball, shutting down the man in possession. That's been their pattern over these last two nights. But Oxford has stood in with a perfectly good shout here. Bobby McDonald. Aldridge is in there, headed away by Michael Thomas. This is Truex. It's hard work forcing an opening against Arsenal, but can Aldridge get one here? Michael Thomas in the way. Terry Burton calling Allinson across to shut down these defenders. Dreyer to McDonald. They haven't shut them down this time, Arsenal. But they did in the end. And here's Greg Allen, number 8. Allinson. But Dreyer steps in. This is Truex. Brock. Now the referee will want to sort that out because the door opened there to permit a substitute to come on. Two of them, in fact. Tommy Caton is back on. Michael Thomas is off. We're into the last 3 minutes. Wes Reed has come on as well for Arsenal. He's making the run forward now. But it was Brock for Oxford. Got it back nicely. Still Kevin Brock. Support from David Leeworthy. Aldridge for Oxford. Well, we've seen plenty of matches turn in the last 3 minutes. Here's Truex. Gus Caesar had to concede. And Arsenal are not home and dry yet by any means. It's Truex who's going to take this corner kick for Oxford. And it was Aldridge who got a touch. A typical John Aldridge goal. John Truex just played the corner in short. And John Aldridge got the touch, which makes it Arsenal 1, Oxford 1. You could call that a near-post corner. And how sweetly taken. Reed finds Ricks for Arsenal. Good effort. Reed! No, the goalkeeper Hardwick performs heroics again. So could this go to penalties? It's 1-1 at the moment. Brock for Oxford. Into the last 2 minutes. Truex. Aldridge. Oh, that might have found Brock. Wes Reed got a foot to it. Now, this is set up possibly for a dramatic winning goal, but which side is it going to come from, I wonder? Graham Ricks to Paul Merson. Ricks again. But it was John Aldridge that got back. Oxford thinking about bringing on their number 6, Paul Swannock. Indeed they have. Arsenal have the kick in. The crowd stamping to join in the climax of this final. Ricks it is, floating one. Very good idea too. Merson's in there, Hardwick is battling away, and he's found Swannock, but Reed is there for Arsenal. That was a 3-line ball, it didn't bounce in the central section. Free kick, here's Tommy Caton. Graham Ricks. Still Ricks. Merson, who slipped when it mattered there, but he's still got possession. We're into the last minute of the final. It's 1-1. It's Wes Reed. It's Caton who's made the mistake, but a chance to retrieve it for Tommy Caton. Now Merson. Applause ringing round the arena. The crowd have really enjoyed this, and John August is away for Oxford. Rick saw the danger, and he also saw Tommy Caton. Could we see something dramatic in the last 30 seconds? Three-line ball, free kick to Oxford. The ball didn't go in the central area, so a free kick on the far side. The clock has been stopped while the ball is brought back. So maybe it's Oxford who will have the last chance. 28 seconds. Brock. Kevin Brock. This is Truick. And here's John Dreyer. Dreyer's shot, and Swanwick! Oh, the youngster's got it! The 17-year-old in his first year as a pro, Paul Swanwick, gets the goal that may win the Soccer Six for Oxford. What a thrill for him if it does. It was John Dreyer with the shot, Wilmot with the save, and Swanwick steered the ball in. We're in the last few seconds. Thomas forward. Allen for Arsenal. And Ricks. And that's it. Oxford are the champions. Oxford United win the 1986 Guinness Soccer Six Championship, and £10,000 goes to them. And what an exciting climax it was to 2 nights of thrilling competition.
So Oxford, who qualified for this competition as the Milk Cup winners, end up as the surprise Soccer Six champions. Their goalkeeper Steve Hardwick, he was named player of the tournament. Oxford United, the 1986 Guinness Soccer Six champion, regards tonight's match as the most important since he arrived at Old Trafford. And no doubt United are glad to make it to Oxford, and they can thank Brian McClare for getting them past Bury in the 4th round.
Right side's in the middle. Blackmore, Strachan, Robson, oh, good play by Hudson. McClare!
5 of Brian McClare's 17 goals this season have come in the Littlewoods Cup, and tonight he looks to maintain a record of scoring in every game in the competition so far. There are 3 changes in the Manchester United lineup. In the absence of the cup-tied Steve Bruce, Mike Duxbury and Kevin Moran are paired at the heart of the defence. The 3 men who come in are Norman Whiteside, Clayton Blackmore and Gordon Strachan, and out go Bruce, Moses and Davenport. Oxford United's Dean Saunders has also